Hello friends, welcome back to another session with me. I'm Sanyukta Saxena and this is the Whiteout special series, and this is the last tile that we drew, right, in which we use the tangled scadent and a touch of sand swirl. So today is another session, and today's concept is again a very common concept in Whiteout, wherein we insert an image and leave it untangled and just tangle around it to highlight the image, right? And one of the most common motifs or images that we use is the Buddha image, right? However, in this case I would like to ink the image. However, you can do without it also, right? So let's see if we want to do it without or with. We'll decide as we draw, right? So how to draw the image, I will just quickly show it to you. What I have done here is here is a tile. So how I have drawn the image, you can take a pencil if you are not confident enough to draw. Even I am not confident enough, right? So I have drawn a semicircle, and then this is the head part, right? And then long ears, right? And then the face a little bit, then the shoulders coming down, turning a bit, and then the legs like this, right? And like this. So this is how I have drawn and just inserted these diamond kind of shape in between to just separate the hands from the body. Yeah, and that is what I have done here. So let's see, let's not ink first, and we shall see if we want to ink it. Once we ink, we cannot erase it, right? So but if we do not ink, we can come back and ink the lines. So first I'm going to start with the auras, right? So I'm just going to start with plain lines here like this. Simple lines closely mimicking the shape that I've drawn. Take your time and slowly draw these lines indicating the aura of Buddha. Slowly take your time. It's just drawing lines. Yeah. So once we are done with that, yeah, then I am now going to probably divide this tile into two sections, right? I'm going to add circles in one section. Yeah, it's a Zentangle original, so you can either draw the tangle with straight lines or you can add curved lines. You can draw it the way you wish. I'm going with straight lines here. Right, now you can insert orbs, or you can even vary the shape. For example, insert heart shape or something else, right? So feel free to explore. So I've started inserting orbs randomly. Big ones, small ones, the way you wish. No hard and fast rules here. Hidden ones. So once we are done with that, next is to ink, right? So one section you have to ink the section other than the orbs. The next section you have to ink the orbs. Yeah. Then tangle original, circles. So in this section I am inking the orbs or section of the orb falling in that section. Slowly take your time. Right? Same on the other side. Section of the orb falling in that section. Right? And in the next one I'm going to ink the section itself. You can always use your boulder nib. Pick up your O8. Yeah. But make sure you ink it nicely and there are no empty sections, patches, dots. Take your time, no hurry. Struggles is again a drama tangle which has considerable inking. However, it's a choice you make. If you don't want to ink, you can always insert another tangle there, right? However, you will not get that drama effect if you tangle instead of inking. Yeah. So you do it at your own pace. I will continue doing it in the same way. Yeah. So I'm now inking the last section, continuing the same process of inking alternate spaces. So this section we have ink the part of the orb, so the other section will ink everything other than the orb, right? So it's just about inking some lines and orbs and you get this beautiful tangle with a mystical feeling, struggles, right? Now the other part. So choose any tangle of your own choice. For example, this is a line based tangle, so other part we can choose some organic tangle or you can choose any other line based tangle. But I think we will have to ink it a little, yeah, because if we had inked this section, started inking from this section, then probably we would have given shape to this part of the hand, but since we have not, so I think we will have to give a little outline, although we will not fill up the inside, right? So I'm just going ahead and giving a slight outline the legs and the lotus, right? So now let us see which tangle we want to add. So I'm going to go with some Diva Dance rock and roll, right? So what I have done is started with a printum and then started aurang it with these humps wherever I feel like. Right? So this is a very common use of whiteout where you insert an image and then leave it the way it is and then tangle or draw all around it to highlight the image. Yeah, so that's one, and I'm going to continue doing that. If you want, you can add something else also in between. We shall see if we want to do that. So this is again a purely aura based tangle with auras and auras, nothing else. So take your time and slowly insert these beautiful flowers, right? Starting with the third one now. I'm not making them too large, drawing slowly, adding aura and going back wherever I feel like adding a hump. You can do both the exercises at the same time. Take your time. Closely aura. The auras should be very close to each other. They should not be very distant. That is what gives Diva Dance its look. Yeah. Again, I'm going to add one more. So I'm drawing behind here. As you can see, I'm not drawing complete flowers. And I'm not crossing or cutting lines anywhere. We never cut lines as far as Zentangle is concerned. We always draw behind. So take your time. And do that exercise for the major portion, major space, and little bit of spaces maybe we will add something else like a mesh or leak or some tipple, small ones, or some Bronx chairs, whatever. Yeah. Small little spaces, so take your time, don't haste up. Yeah, so I'm going to continue like this. You can draw at your own pace. Just make sure you draw the auras close enough. I'm almost finishing with drawing my Diva Dance rock and roll. This version of Diva Dance is a very versatile tangle, and you can use it in different manner, different arrangements. So this arrangement of Diva Dance in a spiral, which looks like a flower, like a rose, is called the rock and roll version. You can see I'm just drawing auras and adding small little inked spaces in between. Again adding auras, right? That's all I'm doing. And how beautiful a pattern does it create. Yeah. So take your time and slowly do that exercise throughout. So I'm just left with a few. Slowly keep adding auras, keep adding the humps. Yeah, and probably one last one here. That's it. We are done. So let us now move on to shading. Yeah. So struggles, an easy way to shade is to add some graphite on both sides of the lines. Yeah. Or you can add shading on one side. Yeah. So let's see. Probably we'll shade on both sides or both ends and leave the center as it is, right? So that's one more way to go about shading. So as I keep saying, there is no standard way to shade your Zentangle, right? The tangles look different when shaded differently. So depending on what time of the day you are tangling, what are the adjoining tangles, what is your mood, yeah, the shading can vary. Yeah, so I'm just going to bring this graphite towards the center from both ends. So there's considerable inking here, so be careful as you blend. Make sure you don't damage your tile. The ink should not be wet. Yeah. So the center portion I'm just going to leave it light here, and then we can add some shading at the four corners. I mean the edges of the next pattern, right? So naturally we'll have to outline our Buddha. And then add at the ends. So do try doing different things with whiteout, with leaving discrete white sections. I also gave you some string ideas where white sections look pretty nice. They add a lot to the tile. Yeah. So now I'll just blend. So don't do too much. Make sure you leave whites in between. Yeah. That's about it. Some thick graphite here. Right. Then pick up your chalk, and you can always add some chalk where you have not added the graphite. can also add some chalk here in the center. Make sure you blend it nicely. Yeah, so use a different blending stuff and just soften the chalk. I think that's about it. We don't need to do anything else. If you want, you can add some on the lotus. Just a touch, not much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's another application of the whiteout. So you can try different things, and you can always post it on my Facebook group also, the Creative Zen Work at Sanyukta Zentangle. Do share your work with me. I'm going to now close my tile here. Put in your chop, sign and date it. Right, so today we just used two tangles, which is Struggles and Diva Dance Rock and Roll. Yeah, I'll just mention the names here. This black and white tangle is called Struggles, and this tangle is Diva Dance Rock and Roll. Yeah, they are both Zentangle originals. So I'll see you again with another new session. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.